ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपः कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरुः श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरुन् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणरघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपादान् सहगणललिता श्रीविशाखान्तांश्च। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधो दीनबंधो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमस्तुते। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। नमो महावदान्याय कृष्णप्रेम प्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्णचैतन्य नाम्ने गौरत्विषे नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिनिति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। For today we will be reading from Srimad Bhagavatam 10th canto chapter 20 and text also we will read 20. तो आज घड़ी नहीं लाए हैं, थोड़ा हेल्पफुल होता है समय। आप मेरे पीछे दिखाई। मेघागमोत्सवा हृṣṭāḥ पratyanandañ śikhaṇḍinaḥ गृहेषु tapta-nirviṇṇā yathācyuta-janāgame megha of clouds. Āgama, because of the arrival. Utsavāḥ, who celebrate a festival. hṛṣṭāḥ, becoming joyful. Pratyanandan, they cried out in greetings. Śikhaṇḍinaḥ, the peacocks. gṛheṣu, within their homes. tapta, those who are distressed. nirviṇṇāḥ, and then become happy. yathā, just as. acyuta, of the infallible personality of Godhead. jana, of the devotees. āgame, upon the arrival. Translation and purport. Translation. The peacocks become festive and cried out in joyful greetings when they saw the clouds arrive. Just as people distressed in household life feel pleasure when the pure devotee of the infallible Supreme Lord visits them. Purport. After the dry summer season, the peacocks become jubilant with the arrival of the first thundering rain cloud, and thus they dance in great happiness. Srila Prabhupada comments, when we have practical experience that many of our students were dry and morose previous to their coming to Krishna consciousness, but having come in the contact with the devotees, they are now dancing like jubilant peacocks. This verse, of course, in continuation of the same subject matter, describing rainy season. This chapter describes rainy season and autumn as well. Sarat and Varsha and Sarat. So this part, Sukadeva Goswami describing the beauty or glorious situation of rainy season, especially in Vrindavan here, land of Vrindavan. So, it is a known fact that as soon as peacocks, they saw the clouds in the sky, immediately they become very much jubilant and they express their jubilation, their happiness by making a sound, kekaro. They start singing, speaking, and same time they are very fond of dancing. So let us see many places in Srimad Bhagavatam, especially 10th canto, many places describe that peacocks starting the dancing. So we will come this particular verse, we have enough time, so we will go a little away from this verse. That verse also describes how peacocks dance. So one day, afternoon, 4-5 o'clock evening time, Krishna was tending the cow, grazing the cow in the valley of Govardhan, and think about eastern part of Govardhan. Govardhan spread from north to south. Eastern part where Govind Kund it is situated, and many places. So there one afternoon, Krishna was grazing the cow, tending the cow. All of a sudden, it was of course a rainy season, and the whole sky was covered with the dense dark cloud. And it appears that any moment it could rain. The cowherd boys were playing. Cow is eating grass spreading in the valley of Gṛheṣu. At one point, so what was the situation there? You must know that Vrinda Devi is in charge. Vrinda Devi has a responsibility to decorate, nourish this forest. Of course, this forest, her forest, Vrinda Devi forest. So Vrinda Devi summons or gather every single ounce of her expertise. क्षमता होती ना कुछ काम कर. So Vrinda Devi, she collected, summoned all expertise in her command, all expertise, talent, ability to decorate. So she was decorating, she was also, not she was alone, she was assisted by other gopis. Not only other gopis, Lakshmi herself had joined the party to nourish, decorate the land of Braja, because Krishna is going to play. This is playground of Krishna. So situation was the lush green grass was there spread everywhere. Of course it was rainy season. Lush greenish, or you say bluish green grass spread everywhere. Beside that, wind was blowing, and especially Srimad Bhagavad, other literature described that what is the good quality of the wind. That should at least have three prominent qualities. Wind. One is Shital. Shital means cool, cold. Mand, and speed should be slow, not fast, not like Andhi. The wind, cool wind was blowing with very slow speed. And one good quality, it should be in air, especially in Vrindavan, the sugandha. Sital, mand, and sugandha. Fragrance. Vrinda Devi have planted different types of even celestial flowers there. So whole atmosphere of Vrindavan in the valley of Gṛheṣu near it was surcharged with the fragrance. Everywhere fragrance was there. Beautiful scene was there. Not only that, and around that place birds were chirping, and honey bee, there was humming sound. Cow is speaking, cow has boys are singing and speaking. And beside that rumbling of the cloud, thundering cloud sound was there. Beside that, Krishna himself was playing his flute. So whole valley was resounded by celestial sound. It was very beautiful, lush, bluish, green grass was spread all the surface of earth. Wind was blowing, fragrant. Wind was blowing. Whole situation was surcharged with the fragrance, and same time, due to different type of celestial sound, the whole valley of Vrindavan, especially the Giriraj, was resounded by celestial sound. And then, at that time, Krishna gets out. Immediately, Krishna holds his flute, took his flute, and standing in the of course the tree, Kadamba tree was there in the valley of Giriraj Govardhan, and Krishna all of a sudden in this such a situation came standing there beneath the tree of the Kadamba tree and started to play the flute. As soon as Krishna started playing flute, immediately all the nearby the peacocks, Mayur, they surrounded Krishna, they came near Krishna. After coming, Krishna was playing this, they could hear the sweet vibration vibrated by flute by Krishna. Peacocks, they came assembled, they have colorful wing. The first they spread their wings, पहले पंख फैला दिए, and then they raise their wings, ऊपर उठाए. And Krishna was playing flute and peacocks were dancing. श्रीमद् भागवतम एक वन प्लेस वृंदावनम सुख सखी भुवो विदुनोति कीर्तिम यद्देव की सुपदाम बुजलग्ध लक्ष्मी. Vrindavan is spreading the reputation of earthly planet. What is the main treasure of Vrindavan? Because she has Devaki Sut Pad Ambuj Lakshmi. This Bhumi is so fortunate that every single inch of this land is decorated by the footprint of Krishna. And this is the Lakshmi, this is treasure for Vrindavan. And Govind Venum Anumatta Mayur Nityam. And other thing, here is the place where Krishna plays the flute. Krishna Venum Anu, Krishna playing the flute, and then they says Mayur, the Mayut Mat Nrityam. They are madly they are dancing around in the valley of Giriraj Govardhan. Preksha, when other living entity, when they saw this scene, immediately other animals, a cow, deer, of course bird, they took their position, they flew and they take their position on the top branch of the tree, highest point, from where they can put a sight, nice sight, in order to have a clear sight, the birds on the tree top branches and other animal like cow and deer, they rush and Adri Sanu. They climb up on the top, hilltop, the top of Giriraj Govardhan. And from there, every living entity, they simply fix their sight, their eyes right on the Krishna. And by attentive hearing the flute, playing of flute and same time dancing of peacocks. And here Srimad Bhagavatam describes only samasya. They don't do it, they become stunned, senseless. Simply they are seeing Krishna, that beauty. So this is available only in the Vrindavan, this thing. So Krishna is this. So when here Sukadeva Goswami describes about this particular verse, talks about, one is called allegorical reflection. That is called a rupak. Means the poet describing something plain way, and you have to understand parallel some different meaning. That is called allegorical representation. Description is going on. The same corresponding meaning you have to think, you have to understand. Not directly by description. That is called allegorical. But here is not allegorical, this is analogy, comparison. So here Sukadeva Goswami described meghāgamotsavā hṛṣṭāḥ. Meghāgam, arrival of the cloud itself is the festival for peacock. Meghāgam, arrival of cloud, it is the festival for the peacocks. And as soon as the peacocks saw clouds in the sky, they become hṛṣṭāḥ. Hṛṣṭāḥ means complete jubilant, happy. They become very much pleased. They become jubilant as soon as they saw the cloud. The sky is covered by dense dark cloud. And then pratyanandan, they become very much jubilant and they express their jubilation, express their happiness. How they, here word is pratyanandan, just the greeting. They have to greet, they have to receive properly. How they are receiving, greeting, giving honor to, proper honor to cloud by dancing and making a sound. gṛheṣu tapta-nirviṇṇā. Just like a gṛheṣu householder, usually he is very much disturbed with the household affair. Usually, generally, this household life means it's a miserable life. In general, there are some fortunate gṛheṣu, no doubt. They cultivate Krishna consciousness and they make their household life very pleasant. But 99% householder are disturbed by the household affair. So, gṛheṣu tapta-nirviṇṇā, they are very much distressed otherwise. But they become very much jubilant. They become very much jubilant. yathā-acyuta-janāgame. By some inconceivable fortune, if a Vaishnava, acyuta-jan, Achyut means one name of Krishna, Jan means his. If a Vaishnava arrives in his house, when he sees the presence of Vaishnava in his house, he becomes completely jubilant. So, many places, even in the Ramayana, also when Lord Ramchandra was living in Kiṣkiṇḍha, Sita Devi was kidnapped. Ram and Lakshmana are searching here and there. Eventually they happened to see Sugriva. And also they got some clue where Sita is there. But at that time they could not attack, invade Lanka because it was rainy season. So one point Lord Ramchandra was staying one Parvat, Parivarsana Parvat, then a range of sand. And then when Lord Ram was describing the rainy season, so he was saying, my dear Lakshmana, please see the beauty of rainy season. Lakshman dekhu morgana nachat baridhi pekh. When the morgan, the peacocks, when they see the cloud, they were dancing. Grihi viratirata hṛṣṭāḥ Vishnu bhagat kahunde. Similarly, as a devotee, a gṛheṣu, when he saw the presence of a devotee in his house, he becomes completely jubilant. So in Srimad Bhagavatam, this type of description, many type description that we see one incident in Srimad Bhagavatam, in Vedic literature, it is described that Atithi Devo Bhava. Atithi, uninvited guest. You don't know, you know the arrival. all of a sudden he comes to your house, Atithi. So that personality, Devo Bhava, Atithi is as good as demigod. Or Atithi is as good as pious, as beneficial as Lord himself. In Srimad Bhagavatam it described that if someone has fortune to receive the guest nicely, Atithi Puja, Atithi Sevan, Dhanyam, by worshipping, by receiving, by giving proper respect to their Atithi, that person gets wealth, opulence. His opulence is enhanced, he becomes opulent, rich. Yes, his reputation is spread, become more glorious. Ayu, his duration of life is increased. If you are giving proper respect to your Atithi, then your duration of life would be increased. And you will gain healthy also, not only increased duration. While you will gain the health, you don't know how it happens, simply by serving. You could other medicine also really, if you have some sickness, some trouble in your body, simply by serving a guest, you will get free from any sickness. And Swargyam, that the person who received the guest, he become eligible to enter heavenly planet. He get qualification. So in Srimad Bhagavatam it describes, of course, example is Nanda Baba himself. You know, when Krishna was approximately 100 days old, little more than 3 months, 100 days, so Gargacharya has arrived Gokul. And without information, Gargacharya all of a sudden arrived in the Gokul, where Nanda Baba was. So Srimad Bhagavatam described that Tam Drishtava Paramah Prita. As soon as Nanda Baba saw arrival, presence of his dear guest, Gargacharya, Drishtava Paramah Prita, Nanda Baba became very much jubilant. Sing simply, such a great personality, Atithi. Extremely pleased, happy, jubilant. And then Pratyuthaya, Nanda Baba had immediately stood up. It seems that Nanda Baba was sitting. While sitting posture, he saw Gargacharya. Immediately, first, he became very much jubilant, very much pleased. Immediately, he stood up and threw himself in the feet of Gargacharya. Fall in the feet of Gargacharya. Pratyuthaya, first he stood up, Pratyuthaya Krit Anjali. Anjali, these two, they palm together, this is called Anjali. You learn this way, but as soon as Nanda Baba saw Gargacharya, he stood up and Krit Anjali. And then Nanda Baba maintained a very high respect for Gargacharya, very high respect. Of course, he was pleased. So he received it. He welcomed, he greeted. Nanda Baba was greeting Gargacharya. One here Bhagavatam described adhokshaj dhiya as anachara, उन्होंने पूजा किया, he worshipped. Adhokshaj dhiya, considering that Gargacharya is as good as Lord himself, Krishna himself, Bhagavan. Such a, you can understand how Nanda Baba was maintaining a high respect for this guest. Adhokshaj dhiya, dhiya, intelligent, buddhi. He was thinking that Adhokshaja Krishna himself had arrived. It is better to say Vishnu himself had arrived in house. Parnipatah purasara, offer of sunset. One example also in Srimad Bhagavatam, one Bali Maharaj. Bali Maharaj is considered to be one of the top, one of the Mahabhagavatam, 12 Bhagavatam, Bali Maharaj is there. So when he saw, Bali Maharaj saw that Lord Vaman Dev has arrived. Of course, previously in Leela, he was not thinking that he is the Vishnu himself, he was thinking the Brahmin, Brahman boy, tapasvi, devotee, Brahman came. So, Yajamana pramudita. Bali Maharaj became very much, extremely jubilant, extremely happy, simply seeing a guest, Vaman Dev, arriving, came in his residence. And Adhyah na pitarash tripta. Bali Maharaj, Adhyah, today, my forefather are completely satisfied. Ancestor, forefather, somewhere living, but since my Lord, he was not saying Lord, he was saying Brahman, oh Brahman Dev, Brahman Kumar, oh son of a Brahmin, tapasvi, Brahmin. Since you came, due to your presence in the sacrificial arena of mine, my sacrificial arena, my forefathers, ancestors, completely they are satisfied. Adhyah na pavitam kulam, my whole family, not only family, my entire dynasty is completely sanctified, purified, simply your presence. The family, this family of Prahlad Maharaj, he was grandson of Prahlad Maharaj. So my dear Brahman, since you came my residence, due to your presence in my residence, my whole family, not only present living family, my entire dynasty of my grandfather Prahlad Maharaj is completely purified and sanctified. Adhyah na suishta karturam. And we are performing this yajna, executing the yajna. I think because you came, then the yajna is completely performed, successfully performed. Though yajna was not still ended, it was middle of yajna. When he was performing middle of yajna, middle of sacrifice, Vaman Dev had come. My yajna, sacrifice we are performing is now completely done. Su-ishta, executed because of your presence. So this is the great value. So here in this, one day, Mukunda Dutt Prabhu was giving class, he said, in the beginning he was saying, in this is some see, he and upade. He means some we have to take instead, we have to avoid that thing. That guy, hey, useless. It means we have to give up that. And something we have to accept that here upade, useful instruction is there. A gṛheṣu should take a lesson how we should become very much pleased, how we should greet, how we should receive, how we should offer respect to the guest. Guest should be respected. So here in the term of peacocks of Vrindavan, as soon as they saw the cloud, presence of cloud in the sky, immediately they become absolutely, completely jubilant and they express their goodwill in form of dancing. Dancing means they are giving respect. They are expressing their happiness. They are expressing their goodwill towards the cloud. We should know why they came here on the sky. Peacock didn't become disgusted. Why they should come? Similarly, if any guest comes, So Grihastha Bhai, thou did not call me, inconvenient. At least he would have called me, informed me, I would have become ready, all of a sudden coming and bothering me without reason. So this type of attitude, we have not adopt this type of like as soon as the cloud, see such a great personality, big heart of the peacock of Vrindavan, as soon as they saw the clouds, immediately they expressed their goodwill, they expressed their happiness, jubilance by dancing and making a sound. Here also, in text itself, it appears that only grihastha who is cultivating Krishna consciousness or who are interested to make some substantial progress in Krishna consciousness, if they see the presence of devotee in their house, they become happy. But the person completely attached with household affairs only, and they thinking the ultimate goal of life, maintaining this household life, they don't appreciate, they don't like, they don't greet, they don't maintain proper respect for devotee. Both things. टेक्स्ट आप लोग पढ़े, गृहेशु tapta-nirviṇṇā, they तप्त हैं, डिस्टर्बेंस है, फ्राई कहते हैं ना, फ्राइड आउट, कंप्लीट गृहस्थी. आप लोग you say that now in the sand or sometimes then now they started to salt also, they fry something or some tail. You can understand the position of the grain which is fried in your oven. What is its condition of the grain, how the grain is feeling. Similarly, most of grihastha, this is their position. So, they are too much attached to their household affairs, life. Certainly, they are not qualified enough. But they have no good fortune to appreciate or welcome or greet a devotee. Like here we see Nanda Baba. Of course, he was associates of Krishna. We don't say the Varnashram, but as playing the role of a grihastha, as soon as he saw Gargacharya, pramuditah, Sukdev Goswami used the word yajamana pramuditah. He's become very much jubilant. So we should, if some and everybody, not only grihastha but whosoever, at least grihastha, they must give proper respect, high respect to the guests. And we should take lesson from peacock of Vrindavan, especially in rainy season. Okay, so I think we have few minutes if you have any discussion, any question. Devanand Prabhuji.
Small comment, like the Brajvasis, they are called Mahotsav Premi, Utsav Premi. So there is a saying in Braj Bhasha, Ek Var Nau Tyauhar. In a week there are 9 festivals. Also, Bhakti-yoga Thakur, he has written on bhajan, Durlabha Manav Janma Labiya Sansare. So in one line he explains, Smashane Sherina Mama Kodiya Rahive, Vihanga Patanga Tara, Mahayara Kahive. Pura Shrigala Sava Anandite Hoya, Mahotsav Karive Amara Dehan So here he explains that when the body is dead and it is put in the forest, so all the jackals, they will feast, they will celebrate a festival. This is for a man who is attached to household life. So Bhaktivinoda Thakur uses this analogy as house.
There is मरनो भला विदेश में जहाँ न अपना कोई, माटी खाए जनावरा महा महोत्सव होए. Dying in a house is not so glorious. If you die in the forest where nobody is there to take care, so what will happen? This body will be used as a great feast for animal, maha mahotsav. Otherwise, this valuable, such a eatable food, at least for animal, and would put in ground. Some people burn it. Say the waste of this energy, food, throw it there, and then there will be utsavāḥ, festival for the birds and beasts and the jackals. So here I was thinking, meghāgamotsavā, arrival of cloud itself was a very festive opportunity for peacocks. Meghāgamotsavā. Its meaning of Mayur, peacock, who derive pleasure, festivity simply in arrival of the clouds in the sky. They won't. Okay, आप क्या करना चाहते हैं?
Hare Krishna, thank you for the class. My question is regarding as practicing Vaishnavas, when a sadhu or a titi or a devotee person has comes to our house, how should we properly speak them? What is the Vaishnava etiquette per se?
Okay, comment or question?
Question, Maharaj.
I could not get it.
What should be the proper etiquette as a householder?
It is proper etiquette. A gṛheṣu is duty bound to receive a sadhu. A duty bound. A proper etiquette. Plus from within also. One is by duty, I am gṛheṣu, I must receive. That is also very nice. But from within, some feelings should be there. केवल ऊपर टिकट नहीं कर सकते. Okay. So here, in this case, Mayura started to nirtya. They expressed their happiness, and really they were happy by seeing the cloud, and that is when they started dancing. So outwardly etiquettes must be maintained, and at the same time there should be some good feeling, high respects as well. That is desirable. Okay, anything else? We have few minutes. बोलिए. हाँ, नहीं अभी मैं सुन नहीं रहा हूँ, आपकी आवाज़ सुनाई नहीं पड़ रही.
When Prabhupada went to America, that was rainy season, and we started singing, Trai Karam Ghana Ghana Tapta se Karman Ghana Ghana Mandi Gṛheṣu Karman.
तो ठीक है, वो तो वर्ष तो विश्वनाथ चक्रवर्ती पहले ही से लिखे थे. ठीक है प्रभुपाद जी, घना घना. दैट इज रिमाइंड्स संसार दावा नललीढ़ लोक त्राणाय कारुण्य घना घनत्वम. Out of his causeless mercy, a guru, spiritual master, is compared with ghan, badal, ghana ghanatva. When the rain drops, the Vadal send forth the rains, and then all the earthly planet, which is sometimes it is in the Damala very hot, it becomes pleased, very much satisfied, very much soothing. So Prabhupada, Prabhuji, he joined during the Prabhupada time in from Himachal Pradesh. Himachal Pradesh. For time being, he was president of Chandigarh temple for very little time. And now in America, Alachua living. Raghunath Das Prabhu, we should have greeted you, welcome you, but unfortunately we don't hear about, I know about, nobody was knowing. But very senior devotee. Joined during the Prabhupada time, but unfortunately initiation did not, initiation नहीं हुआ था ना प्रभुपाद जी से, initiation बाद में initiation. Okay, so कोई anything we have?
My question is regarding someone who you receive at your home, like Atithi. You mentioned the case of Atithi. Atithi means without any information. So generally nowadays people are not ready to receive someone because they are all busy in their chaos and all these things. So someone like, for example, a devotee visit your home without any information, and you are not sure about his mentality, his understanding, his personality, and you out of sudden he just receives you. Yesterday he meets you, and next day he comes to your home. And you are not sure how to do, how to welcome him, how to do, what to do, and you are half naked, half naked. So, I mean, in that situation, where I am not prepared, how to welcome him and how to just, like Prabhu mentioned, in that immediate situation, how to act, how to receive, to do the proper etiquette and all. What is the proper etiquette in that particular situation? So that he not feel offended and
देखिए थोड़ा hypothetical like this question like hypothetical, not very practical important. Point is that we must maintain a high respect for the guest, any person. If someone is not a proper cloth, then immediately he should put cloth. Otherwise, not like it. Otherwise, we are just so like due to. Anyhow, the incident is there. Wife of Vidurji, she was taking bath as a woman, and usually they don't proper cloth, full cloth. Immediately Krishna knocked the door, and she could recognize the sound vibration of Krishna. So yes, so intense love was there for Krishna. So she apparently did not follow the proper etiquette. She had taken bath and put the cloth nicely. But since she was intense love for Krishna, I heard voice, sweet voice, I mean open. Cloth was not proper, she was. And started to feed Krishna. Krishna was also very dispelled. He was thinking, Mother, I must eat something, Chachi, I am really hungry, coming all the way from different, please give something. Unfortunately, nothing was there, cooked thing. So some bananas were there. And then while banana, taking out the skin and on pulp part, guda, she was throwing and putting in the hand of skin in the hand of, and Krishna was very, very nicely eating. That time, while this was going on, Krishna was appreciating of this such a sweet banana. He was not eating, he was spitting skin of banana. And at that moment, in the middle of that incident, Vidurji came. And Viduri became shocked to saw her bad action of her wife. Krishna Supreme Personality of God, Mother Jashoda, such a nicely she was feeding, and see what wrong things he is doing, feeding the skin of banana to Krishna. Immediately throw, push her away, and you pagal, what you are doing? And he took the banana and started to, now skin he was throwing and inner part he was going. So Vidurji has seen the previous expression of face. He was very much jubilant. Now he was also jubilant, but he was not, Krishna was not as jubilant as before. So Krishna, Vidurji asked, what happened? Previously we were seeing that we were very much nicely enjoying the eating. No, it is really sweet banana, no comparison. But the mother was, on Chachi was feeling that was maybe little sweeter than this one. What happened? Maybe other, the same in one guchas was. So this is the situation. And then Vidurji could understand his situation. He also loved Krishna, and his wife also loved, but there was some difference, gradation. Krishna, Vidurji called, my dear, just you sit and then this time she was. So, meaning is that any Vaishnava comes, so although not very general things would not be safe from here, just put cloth or put not, but under circumstances, use your intelligence, what is the best at that particular time. I was thinking this is hypothetical question, but not like similar thing will happen to every person. Your case may be similar to other. So, main thing that we must maintain high respect for guests. Here in case of the clouds, and here the clouds are compared with the Vaishnava, and Mayur, peacocks are comparison with the householder. Okay, here Krishna. Anything? ठीक ओ ग्रंथा श्रीमद् भागवतम की